It is so nice to sit down and have this conversation with you. I've got several things to say congratulations on. First, the news show that has just been announced, but I want to talk about your latest role in CODA and diversity in Hollywood. Critics are buzzing about CODA. What do you make of not only the film's reviews, but the award season chatter already?
I'm already thinking about what to wear tomorrow. I'm not going to think about what I'm going to wear at the Oscars or anything like that. No, in all honesty, it's really nice to hear that there is buzz everywhere. And I would hope that people watch the film and will spread the word to everyone to go see the movie in theaters or watch it on Apple TV. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody to see the film. And I'm counting the days till it opens.
Yeah, well, we look forward to seeing it. You know, we talk a lot about diversity and inclusion, especially in Hollywood these days. I know you guys had success earlier on in the year with the nomination for Feeling Through, which my friend Luis was also a producer on. So congratulations on that. But is the needle moving in the right direction and quick enough?
It is, but I think we have to get the right people on board who can jump on board and make the needle move even further. I think that we need to throw it out there and have everybody jump in and make more movies, create more product that, I mean, we have every right to tell our stories just like anybody else in Hollywood. And I think that's what movies are for, to entertain and to tell diverse stories. But in terms of representation and the deaf and disabled communities, I think we have still seen not enough. It's growing. I think we're making some progress. I'm seeing it, and that excites me. So perhaps it is, yes. We'll see.
Well, and as I said, progress. A new show just announced. Tell us about this new series that's coming to television.
It's a workplace comedy that I had been thinking about for the longest time where we could fit into the landscape of comedies, finding the right people who get it and who aren't afraid to develop a story like the one we've developed and to put it out there. So fortunately, NBC just decided to take our bait. I mean, if you don't know me in real life, you probably wouldn't know that I am and love shows that are very quirky and humorous. I have a crazy sense of humor. And it's very odd, if you want to put it that way. And so, yeah, this is a show that encompasses all that. It works on so many levels for me.
And it's fantastic. When it comes to casting productions like this, obviously you're an executive producer on this, but are you there in the room to make sure, as we talk about representation? I mean, obviously we all know you from your work, but as we've seen in other projects that you've done, as I mentioned earlier, Feeling Through from earlier on in the year, there are so many talented people out there that probably think, they're never going to look at me. How do you make sure those people are getting in the room in front of people like yourself and the network brass who put these things on air?
You don't sit back and wait and say, what time is this going to happen? Or when, you have to do it. You have to put it out there. You have to say, where can we find it? I'm never, ever going to sit back. I never let anything get past me. I always make sure. I mean, I'm thinking about so many actors. I'm already thinking about so many stories. I'm already thinking about casting directors, and I'm thinking about deaf writers, and I'm thinking about, in so many ways about how we are going to do this, and things that I might not have been able to do in the past. And so now I don't need to get permission from anybody. I don't need to ask, is this okay? I'm going to do it and do it the way I want to do it, the way that Hollywood has been doing it for everybody else, and maybe even more.
When did you when did you find this passion within you? When did you find this determination to do exactly what you've said? When was it that you went, that's it? Do you remember that moment?
Two moments. When I was 11, it really hit me that I was a person who was deaf, going to be deaf for the rest of my life. Okay, I dealt with that. It was a strange moment. I think I remember very clearly when I was 11. I said to myself, okay, well, this is who I am. Nothing's going to change. And I'm going to write a book someday in the future telling the world that it's okay to be deaf. And the second moment, and I guess I'm so fortunate to have had this moment in my life, is the relationship, the friendship that I had with Henry Winkler when I was 12 years old. And he said to me, never let anyone or anything get in the way of your dreams.
I love that. And, in the sense that I sort of feel the same way as someone living with HIV. When I got that diagnosis, I had exactly that same thought process. I can't change this. This is the way it's going to be. So watch out, world. What are we going to do, right?
Exactly. You hit it right on the nose. It's what makes us strong. When we can set our minds to something, that's what makes us strong, particularly for people who aren't able to accept what they have or who they are. And they can look at us and say, oh, okay, it's okay to embrace who you are. It's all right. And know that life has so many chapters in store for all of us. And whatever makes you happy is something you should pursue.
How do you pick yourself up, though? When you get down, we all get down. How do you turn things around for yourself? What's your way of picking yourself up when you're feeling a bit crummy and like, ugh, I just can't be bothered?
I eat milk duds, candy.
Me too. That's why the camera only shows me from this height. I love that.
And in reality, I talk to my girlfriends. I keep in touch with them pretty frequently, and they're both in Chicago. And I have another girlfriend in New York, and we reach out to each other, or anyone who's actually willing to, make me laugh. Or anyone who's listening to me bitch or, talk to me without judging what I might have to say or what I'm depressed about, whatever it may be. That's basically how I work it.
Yeah, great advice. And obviously 1987, I see there over your shoulder, you've got your buddy there, still shining nice and golden, Oscar. You won Best Actress for a leading role of your work in Children of a Lesser God. Do you remember that moment? And that moment's, how could you forget that moment when they call your name and you get to take that for all that you accomplished? What was it like?
First of all, I'll never forget the journey of getting to the Oscar moment, of how it ended up, how I got cast, how my mother was standing with her address in her hand, ready to call every single person that she knew when I got cast in the movie, to the point where I could get fitted for my dress, to coming to the set, my first per diem, the money that I got to spend, going on set, meeting the crew, meeting the cast, working with the director, all the things that were so new in my first film ever, to see how movies are made, and then realizing, oh, okay, it's a group effort. We work together to make a movie. It's just not one person. And look, listen, I still remember to this day, every single day when I watch Children of a Lesser God, each and every scene, I remember exactly what happened before the camera rolled. And I remember going to the Oscars and looking at all these movie stars from on my left side and my right side, from behind me and in front of me, and growing up watching them all and thinking, what am I doing here? I guess I'm one of them too. I guess I am. And then when William Hurt called my name in sign language, I thought, wait a minute, that can't get any better than that. He was using my language. And I didn't have to rely on somebody saying, Marlee, you just won the Oscar. He signed my, and one thing I think I would change is the speech. I would have been better off if I had planned for my speech, but it was awesome, and it still is to this day.
Well, of all the memorable roles, including that one that you've played over 3 decades in your career, have you got one that stands out as a favorite? And if so, why?
That's a hard question. I mean, I've had so many. I enjoyed working on The West Wing a great deal. I enjoyed working on The L Word. I worked on Quantico, worked on Switched at Birth. There are all these wonderful roles that you wouldn't normally see deaf characters in, or characters who happen to be deaf. I'm very grateful for those producers, directors, and writers who I've had the opportunity to collaborate with. I mean, I'm just glad to be here for the ride, and I appreciate all the work that I've been given.
Well, we appreciate having you here. You know, we at Plus Life are all about taking on stigma, fighting stigma, dangerous, unnecessary stigma, whether it's HIV related, trans related, anything. I mean, let's be honest. I often say HIV doesn't have to kill you, but stigma will. And I know that you also fight stigma. What are some of the ways you've found most effective when it comes to fighting the stigma in the deaf community?
Never stay quiet. I'm deaf, but I'm certainly not silent. I mean, I think it's about working together. I think it's about, never be complacent. It's just part of life to embrace. And I mean, listen, it's easy to say, but I think you have to put it into practice. You want something to really happen, you want things to keep going, then you have to just do it. Otherwise, you'll get lost in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. You've described your career as a wild ride. So what's been the most rewarding aspect of this wild ride for you?
The most rewarding part of it has been getting the opportunity to do what I've been able to do in my career. There's so many things. I mean, I can't even name them specifically, but for whatever it is that I've had the opportunity to do, I'm so appreciative. But at the same time, I know that there's still so much to do, so much I want to do, so much I want to do to give, so much I want to do to lend a hand, and hopefully inspire. There's so much out there. There really is. I'm not stopping for sure.
Thank you. Well, I wish we could keep going, but sadly, that's all the time we've got. So thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon to sit down and chat with us. Congratulations again on CODA, and we look forward to seeing the new series when that premieres too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.